Haribol.
We're live.
Oh, we are? Jai. Jai Sapadika Shri Guru Gaur Chandraju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Paribrajaka Acharya Astatar Satasri Shiman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Paribrajaka Acharya Astatar Satasri Shiman Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai. Welcome to Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mission morning class. Dandavat. Sorry.
You want water?
Could I have some hot water?
Hot water? Okay.
Thank you. Haribol. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jita Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Stam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vidangscha Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Haribol. All good in the kitchen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Huh? This is Antya Lila, chapter number 7. The Lord is giving so much instruction by his behavior and everything to Bhagavatamrita. Text 123. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Apana. Okay, so now we're on text 123 of the 7th chapter of the Antya Lila. Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Ki Jai. Jai Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Apana Janaite Ami Karyabhiman Se Garba Kandaite Mora Karina Apaman. I'm falsely proud. This is Bhagavatamrita's thinking. I am falsely proud, advertising myself as a learned scholar. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu insults me just to favor me by cutting down this false pride. Amara hita karena iho amimani dukkha Krishnera apare kaila jena nindra mahamurka. He is actually acting for my benefit, although I interpret his actions as insults. This is exactly like the incident in which Lord Krishna cut down Indra, the great puffed up fool, to correct him. So Bhagavatamrita is insulting Indra, but he's actually saying it like that because he is comparing Indra to his own Indra's behavior and attitude to his own.
Who? Indra and who?
Bhagavatamrita.
Bhagavatamrita is...
Yeah, because you missed yesterday's class, but you should listen after, maybe, if you have to miss the class. Because Bhagavatamrita has now met with Mahaprabhu, but Bhagavatamrita is a big scholar, and Mahaprabhu is ignoring him.
Was he the one that, after he saw the 7 groups, it was the 14 groups, right? In the Sankirtan. Well, it was 2...
Yeah, 7 groups. 7.
And then he was like in ecstasy. In grace.
Yes, of a certain type. Yes, of a certain type of ecstasy, yeah. by that influence. But anyway. Etta chinti prate ashi prabhura charane Danyakari stutikari laila sharane. Thinking in this way, Bhagavata approached Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the next morning, and in great humility, offering many prayers, he sought shelter and surrendered at the lotus feet of the Lord. Ami agya jiva agyo chitta karma kailun tomara age murka ami panditya prakashilun. Bhagavata admitted, I'm a great fool. And indeed, I've acted like a fool by trying to demonstrate my learning to you. Tumi Ishvara Nijo Chitta Kripa Jekarila Apamanakari Sarvagarbha Kandaila. My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have showed mercy to me in a way just befitting your position by insulting me to cut down all my false pride. Ami agya hitastane mani apamane indrajena krishnera ninda karila agyane. I'm an ignorant fool, for I interpret as an insult what is meant for my benefit. In this way, I am just like King Indra, who out of ignorance tried to surpass Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Tomara kripa anjane begarba anjagela tumi etta kripa kaila begyana haila. My dear Lord, you have cured the blindness of my false pride by smearing my eyes with the ointment of your mercy. You have bestowed so much mercy upon me that my ignorance is now gone. Aparada kainu kshamalainu sharana kripakari moramate darahacharana. My dear Lord, I have committed offenses. Please excuse me. I seek shelter of you. Please be merciful unto me by placing your lotus feet on my head. Prabhu kahe tumi pandita mahabhagavata duigana jahan tahan hat nahi garva parvata. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you are both a greatly learned scholar and a great devotee. Wherever there are two such attributes, there cannot be a mountain of false pride. Sridhara Swami Nindini Jati Kakara Sridhara Swami Nahimana Etagarbadara. You have dared criticize Sridhara Swami, and you have begun your own commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, not accepting his authority. That is your false pride. Sridhara Swami Prasade Bhagavata Jani Jagat Guru Sridhara Swami Guru Karimani. Sridhara Swami is the spiritual master of the entire world, because by his mercy we can understand the Srimad Bhagavatam. I therefore accept him as a spiritual master. Sridhara upare garbeje kichuli kibe artha vyasta likana se loke namanive. Whatever you might write due to false pride, trying to surpass Sridhar Swami, would carry a contrary purport. Therefore, no one would pay attention to it. So, Srila Prabhupada is explaining that the Srimad Bhagavatam has many tikas or commentaries following the Parampara system, but Sridhar Swami's is first. The commentaries of the other acharyas follow his. The Parampara system does not allow one to deviate from the commentaries of the previous acharyas. But depending on the previous acharyas, one can write beautiful commentaries. However, one cannot defy the previous acharyas. The false pride that makes one think he can write better then the previous acharyas will make one's comments faulty. By very consciousness behind that will nullify it. At the present moment, it has become fashionable for everyone to write in his own way, but such writing is never accepted by serious devotees. Because of false pride, every scholar and philosopher wants to exhibit his learning by interpreting the Shastras, especially the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, in his own way. This system of commenting in one's own way is fully condemned by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore he says, Artha Vyasta Likhani say, commentaries written according to one's own philosophical way are never accepted, so no one will appreciate such commentaries on the revealed scriptures. And we are also told that one should not simply repeat things, that an acharya is not simply repeating. So what is the harmonizing principle? The harmonizing principle is that we are dealing with infinity. And not dealing with, he is dealing with us. But one's own realization will come in the line of the previous acharyas. If one's realization is, or what one thinks he's realizing, is contrary to the teachings of our Guru Varga, then he must very much doubt that there is anything there. So each commentary is bringing out something new. Otherwise, no one would make another commentary. But there is some new, infinitely new angle, but it is in the same line. It is not contrary to that. Sridhar Anugatakara Bhagavata Vyakhyana Abhimana Chadi Bhaja Krishna Bhagavan. Put forth your explanation of Srimad Bhagavatam, following in the footsteps of Sridhar Swami, giving up your false pride, worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Aparada Chadikara Krishna Sankirtana Achira Pave Tave Krishnera Charana. Abandoning your offenses, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the holy names of the Lord, and then very soon you will achieve shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Patakahe jadi more haila prasanna, akadina puna mora mana nimantrana. Balabhabata Acharya requested Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, quote, if you are actually pleased with me, please accept my invitation once again. Prabhu avatirna haila jagata tarite, manilena nimantrana tare sukadite. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who had descended to deliver the entire universe, accepted the invitation of Balabhabata just to give him happiness. Jagatera hita hauke prabhuramana, dandakari kare tara hridaya shodana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always eager to see everyone in the material world happy. Therefore, sometimes he chastises someone simply to purify his heart. So we have a misconception of happiness, and we don't want to utilize the Supreme Lord for increasing our illusory happiness. But he wants to see us actually happy. And so sometimes some chastisement is coming from the divine environment just to purify us of that thing which is standing in the way of transcendental joy. Swagana Sahita Prabhura Nimantrana Kaila Mahaprabhutare Tabe Prasana Haila. When Balabhabata invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, the Lord was very pleased with him. Jagadananda Panditera Shuddhagada Bhava Satyabhama Praya Prema Vamya Swabhava. Jagadananda Pandit's pure ecstatic love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very deep. It can be compared to the love of Satyabhama, who always quarrels with Lord Krishna. Bara bara pranaya kalahat kare prabhusane anyonye katmati chale dui jane. Jagadananda Pandit was accustomed to provoking loving quarrels with the Lord. There was always some disagreement between them. So there's another point to be, would like to mention about this pastime with Balabhabata, that as soon as Balabhabata rectified his mind and his heart, Mahaprabhu held no grudge against him. So sometimes devotees are doing some wrong, but when that is rectified and we remain resentful and hold a grudge, that is not good for us. I mean, some wrong means some wrong, not egregious wrong. But we choose our association. But Guru, Mahaprabhu, when he saw a sincere change of heart, he could modify. He was completely not changed, but accepted him. Gadadhar Panditera Shuddha Gada Baba Rukmini Devira Jaiche Dakshina Svabhava. Gadadhar Pandit's pure ecstatic love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also very deep. It was like that of Rukmini Devi, who was always especially submissive to Krishna. Tara pranaya rosa dekite prabhura ichahaya aishvarya jnane tara rosa nahi upajaya. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes desired to see Gadadhar Pandit's affectionate anger, but because of his knowledge of the Lord's opulences, his anger was never invoked. So Gadadhar Pandit, of course, is, we know, Srimati Radharani. After giving her heart in halo, but she to Krishna, Krishna therefore became, or showed his form as Mahaprabhu. But there is something also, the presence of Rukmini is also there in Gadadhar Pandit. Joking with Rukmini Devi and Dwarka, Krishna once advised her to accept another husband because he was unfit for her. Rukmini Devi, however, unable to understand his joking words, took them very seriously and immediately fell to the ground in fear of separation from him. In the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda Pandit was always in disagreement with the Lord, like Satyabhama, whereas Gadadhar Pandit was always awed by the Lord's opulence and was therefore submissive to the Lord under all circumstances. So you say, Mahaprabhu is not exhibiting any opulence, but he's the Supreme Lord. And that is, there's no greater opulence than that. He's the Lord of all opulences. But the presence of Rukmini Devi is also there in Gadadhar Pandit. And there was a constant submissiveness in the mood more as a wife. E lakshya panya prabhu kaila rosabasa shuni panditera chitte upajila trasa. For this purpose, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes showed his apparent anger. Hearing of this anger inspired great fear in the heart of Gadadhar Pandit. Purve jena Krishna jari parihasa kaila shuni rukmini ramane trasa upajila. Previously in Krishna Lila, when Lord Krishna joked with Rukmini Devi, She took his words seriously, and fear awoke in her mind, fear of separation. Balabhabate rahaya vatsalya upasana balagopala mantre tenho karena sevana. Balabhabata was accustomed to worshipping the Lord as child Krishna. Therefore he had been initiated into the Bal Gopal mantra and was thus worshipping the Lord. Bala means a child. Bala Gopal. Panditera Shanetara Mana Pirigela Kishora Gopala Upasanaya Manadila. In the association of Gadadhar Pandit, his mind was converted, and he dedicated his mind to worshipping Kishore Gopal, Krishna as a young boy. Kishore. Panditera Tani Chare Chahe Mantra Di Shikite Pandita Kahe E Karma Nahe Amahaite. Balabhabata wanted to be initiated by Gadadhar Pandit, but Gadadhar Pandit refused, saying, "The work of acting as a spiritual master is not possible for me. Ami para tantra amara prabhu gaura chandra tara agya bina ami nahai svatantra." I am completely dependent. My Lord is Gaurachandra, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I cannot do anything independently without his order. Tumi je amara tanyikara agamana tahate prabhu more dena olahana. My dear Balabhabata, your coming to me is not appreciated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore he sometimes speaks to chastise me. E mata bate rakate kadina gela sheshe jari prabhutare suprasana haila nimantranera dine pandite bolaila swarupa jagarananda govinde pataila. Some days passed, and when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, finally pleased with Balabhabata, accepted his invitation, the Lord sent Swarup Damodar, Jagadananda Pandit, and Govinda to call for Gadadhar Pandit. Pate Panditere Swarupa Kahena Vachana Parikshite Prabhu Tomare Kaila Upekshana. On the way, Swarup Damodar said to Gadadhar Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to test you, therefore he neglected you. So on the way to Balabhabata's house, Swarup Damodar said this to Gadadhar Pandit. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to test you, therefore he neglected you. Tumi kene ashitare nadila olahana Bitta praya hanya kanhe karila sahana. Why did you not retaliate by reproaching him, meaning reproaching the Lord? Why did you fearfully tolerate his criticisms? Swarup Damodar is saying this to Gadadhar Pandit. Why did you tolerate him? Pandita kahena prabhu svatantra Sarvagya Shiromani Tarasane Hatakari Bala Nahimani. Gadadhar Pandit said, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is completely independent. He is the topmost omniscient personality. It would not look well for me to talk to him as if I were his equal. So Gadadhar Pandit has this awareness of the omniscience of the Lord. Guru Maharaj, in a talk I've heard very recently, he said the omniscience of the Lord is a lower quality. He likes to be with the non-knowing people, and he likes to also be non-knowing amongst them, not knowing something. He likes that very much. But his opulence of all-knowing, that is Aishvarya. That is a lower quality. It is not as pleasing to him as not knowing. Jai kahe se sahi nija shire dari, apane karibe na kripat guna dosha vichari. I can tolerate whatever he says, bearing it upon my head. He will automatically be merciful to me after considering my faults and attributes. Atabali Pandita Prabhura Stane Aila, Rodana Kariya Prabhura Charane Padila. After saying this, Gadadhar Pandit went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and fell down crying at the lotus feet of the Lord. Ishara Shriya Prabhu Kaila Alingana. Oh, he called for them.
Okay, so we help
Oh, okay, I don't think they were going to Balabhata's house. They were going to the residence of Mahaprabhu. Isharhasiya Prabhu Kaila Alingana Sabare Sunanya Kahena Madhura Vachana. Smiling slightly, the Lord embraced him and spoke sweet words so that others would also hear. Ami chalailo toma tumina chalila, krode kichuna kahila shakala sahila. Shh. I wanted to agitate you, the Lord said, but you did not become agitated. Indeed, you could not say anything in anger. Instead, you tolerated everything. Amara bangite tomara manana chalila, sudridha sharala bhave amare kinila. Your mind was not disturbed by my tricks. Rather, you stayed fixed in your simplicity. In this way, you have purchased me. Your mind was not disturbed by my tricks. Rather, you stayed fixed in your simplicity. In this way, you have purchased me. So this simple-heartedness is a very beautiful attribute of the Vaishnavas. It's simply, there's no duplicity, no trickiness, nothing. And this simple-heartedness was that quality of Gadadhar Pandit that he's taking everything on his head. Of course, they're all simple-hearted in their own way, but this particular quality is the quality of Gadadhar Pandit, and that particular quality coming out from his simple heart has purchased Mahaprabhu. Okay, so tomorrow we will hear more about the glorious qualities of Gadadhar Pandit. Hari Bol, Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj ki Jai. Srila Om Vishnupad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. I know this is Sunday program and everyone's getting ready. But if anyone can come in, Haridev Prabhu, can you come in for reading Brihad Bhagavatamrita? Oh, I know he's super busy. He always does many things. But I don't like anyone to miss this. This is kind of a wonderful opportunity to hear Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Okay, now we are about to read and worship Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita revealed to us by Srila Sanatana Goswami. And we are on page 325 of the first volume. This is Bhakta, the devotee. So of course Narada Muni is traveling. And now he has come to the devotee. And this is first Jnanamishra Bhakta. Lord Shiva had sent Narada to to meet with Prahlad Maharaj, who is in Shantaras, and he is the beginning. He is the emblem of the beginning of karma, shunya and jnana shunya bhakti. He is Shuddha Bhakta, but he has sent Narada, recommended that Narada go to Hanuman, who is in Dasi Ras. Text number 53, Jai Srila Sanatana Goswami Ki Jai, Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai, Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Text number 53, Mad Anuktam Cha Mahatma Man Anuktam Cha Mahatmyam Tasya Veti Param Bhavan Gatvakim Purushe Varshe Tishvatang Modam Apnubi. Shh. You certainly know glories of his that I haven't mentioned. Why not go to Kim Purusha Varsha, see him yourself and be enlivened? Oh, so I forgot that this is still, Narada Muni is still being Prahlad Maharaj is still speaking to Narada about the glories of Hanuman. And he's saying Prahlad is saying to Narada Muni, you certainly know glories of his that I haven't mentioned. You know more about him than I do. Why not go to Kim Purusha Varsha, see him yourself and be enlivened? Commentary, Prahlad did not have to give Narada a long theoretical account of Hanuman's exclusive devotion to Sri Raghunath's lotus feet, because Narada already knew of Hanuman's devotion very well. For complete appreciation of Hanuman, Narada must now only meet him in person. Saying, you already know all this. Shri Parikshaduvacha Aye Mate Raho Bhadram Aho Bhadramiti Bruvan Utpatya Sanata Kena Munikim Purushangataha. Shri Parikshit said, oh dear mother. The sage Narada then jumped up from his seat and flew through the sky to Kim Purusha Varsha, all the while repeating, how wonderful, how wonderful. Tatra Pashyadanu Mantang Ramachandra Padabjayo Sakshat Iva Chanaratang Vichitrair Vanyavastubi. There in Kim Purusha Varsha, Narada saw Hanuman absorbed in worshipping Lord Ramachandra's lotus feet with varied items from the forest, as if serving the Lord personally, as before. Commentary, Hanuman's mode of worship was so personal, he could hardly remember that he was standing in front of his Lord's installed deity. He felt as if living with the Lord in the forest just as before. Gandharva Anyandad Giyamanam Rasayanam Ramayanam Cha Shrinvantam Kampashru Pulakachitam. Listening to the nectarian Ramayana recited by the Gandharvas and other celestial singers, Hanuman was in ecstasy. His limbs trembled, tears poured from his eyes, and the hair on his body stood on end. So this is the eternal present. Nimeshardakyo va bhajati nahi yatrapi samayaha. There is no estrangement of past and future. So although this is ostensibly, it was a long time since the pastimes of Ramachandra were exhibited in this world, Hanuman is not, there is no estrangement to him. He, although in a mood of separation that may be there, but his service is always now, and even the past is in the present. Commentary. These bodily symptoms of ecstasies are natural effects of maturely hearing the Lord's glories in the perfect consciousness of prema. The Gandharvas living on Kimpusha Loka regularly sang from the Sri Ramayana the glories of Lord Ramachandra, which Hanuman and his Rasika associates experienced as Rasayana, the storehouse full of the blissful tastes of the 9 kinds of loving relationships with the Supreme Lord. Or taking another sense of Rasayana, these recitations were like a sweet-tasting medicine. Rasa. Rasa is sometimes, Rasayana means medicine. Most effective for curing the disease of material existence and strengthening the natural life function of prema bhakti. Vichitra divya divyaischa gajapajai svanirmatai. Are you hearing this?
No.
Probably you shouldn't miss this class. It's only a half an hour reading this.
Sorry.
No, I'm only saying this because I would like you to be able to hear Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It's only once in the week, and only for half an hour. But here you are. I'm so sorry. Vichitra divya divyaischa gajapajai svanirmitai stutimanyais kurvanam Dandavat pranadirapi. He glorified the Lord with various prayers in prose and verse, most excellent compositions of his own. He also recited prayers composed by others, and he repeatedly offered prostrate obeisances. Commentary. Some of Hanuman's prayers were his own compositions, and other he borrowed from the Puranas and other scriptures. Chukrosha Narado Modaj Jaya Sri Raghunatha He Jaya Sri Janaki Kanta Jaya Sri Lakshmanagraja. Narada cried out in joy, "Glories to you, Sri Raghunath, to the beloved of Sri Janaki and all glories. Glories to the elder brother of Lakshman." Approaching this destination and seeing the ecstasy of Hanuman, Narada spontaneously expressed his own ecstasy in this way. Glories to you, Sri Raghunath, means Ramachandra. To the beloved of Sri Janaki, means Sita Devi, all glories. All glories to the elder brother of Sri Lakshman. So that is all glories to Sri Ramachandra. Nijeshta Swamino Nama Kirtana Shuti Harshita Utplutya Hanuman Durat Kante Jagrahanaradam. Delighted to hear glorified the names of the Lord he worshipped, Hanuman jumped from where he stood and caught hold of Narada by the neck, meaning putting his arms around the neck of Narada. Tishtan Vyajeva Muni Tishtan Vyajeva Muni Paharshan Nichan Padabhyang Kalayan Karabhyam Prema Sudaram cha kapishvarasya prapto dasham kinchid avocharuchai. Standing in the sky, Narada was overjoyed. With his feet he danced, and with his hands he wiped away the flood of loving tears from the eyes of the Lord of the monkeys. Sharing Hanuman's unique mood of loving ecstasy, Narada spoke in a loud voice. So Hanuman has his arm around Narada's neck, and Narada is wiping away the tears of Hanuman off of Hanuman's face. Sri Narada Uvacha Shriman Bhagavata Satyam Tvameva Parama Priyaha Aham Chatat Priyo Bhuvam Adyatatvam Vyalokayam. Sri Narada said, O Blessed One, truly you are the dearest devotee of the Supreme Lord. Today, just by seeing you, I too have become dear to the Lord. Just because I'm seeing you, the Lord is considering me dear to him. So, in this progression of Narada's journey to different levels of devotion, in different levels of devotees, he has come to what is non-different from Ayodhya. So Vaikuntha, Sri Nrsingadev, he's existing in Vaikuntha. And from Vaikuntha, he's come to Ayodhya. So Ayodhya is a higher dham in the divine plane than Vaikuntha. Shri Parikshiruvacha Chanat Swastena Devarshi Pranamya Shri Hanumata Raghuvira Pranamaya Samanitas Tadalayam. Shri Parikshit said, in the blink of an eye, Hanuman became sober and bowed down to show respect to the sage among the demigods. Hanuman greeted him with reverence and brought him to the temple of Lord Ramachandra, the hero of the Raghus, so that Narada could offer obeisances. Krita bhivandanas tatra prayatnad upaveshita sampating premajam chitrang prapto vinashuto bhavit. Narada paid respects to the Lord in Hanuman's temple, and Hanuman carefully arranged for Narada to be seated. Narada felt he had now obtained an amazing treasure born from pure love for the Lord. He picked up his veena and spoke. And if anyone doesn't know, the veena is an instrument that is always carried, but not an unconscious thing, like our instruments that we try to play in this world for our enjoyment, but rather this is also a devotee. The instrument is also doing seva. Commentary. After offering prostrate obeisances to the deity of Ramachandra, Narada felt multiple ecstasies which involuntarily appeared in his body as trembling, perspiration, hirpilation, which means like goosebumps, and choking of his voice. In such a condition, he started to play his veena but could not produce even a note. Instead, he began leaning on the veena, fearing he would fall to the ground. Shri Narada Uvacha Satyameva Bhagavat Kripabhara Syaspadam Nirupanam Bhavan Param Yohi Nityam Ahaho Mahaprabhos Chitra Chitra Bhajanam Ritarnava Nava Bhajanam Ritarnava. Sri Narada said, yes, you are the greatest recipient of the mercy of the Supreme Lord. No one can compare to you. Ah, you are always immersed in an ocean of ecstatic worship of the Lord, enjoying it as newer and newer at every moment. So what is the nature of the divine present? Constant newness at every moment. Purnamrita svadanam. Commentary. Prema Bhakti Rasa is called Amrita because it destroys the disease of material existence and is unimaginably sweet. Hanuman always swims in an ocean of such nectar. So in this plane of exploitation, we are constantly chewing what we've already chewed, doing the same thing over and over again, as though it's going to produce some kind of new thing, but it doesn't. But as Mahaprabhu is describing in the Shikshastakam, at every step there is new joy arising in the heart. It is ever new. Dasha shaka vahanam asanam dvaja chatrang vitanam vyajanam chavandi mantri bishagyo tapati sahaya shresto mahakirti vivardhanascha. You are the Lord's servant, his friend, his carrier, his seat, his flag, his umbrella, his canopy, and his fan. You are his bard, his advisor, his doctor, his general, his best helper, the expander of his infinite glories. So this is Dasi Rath. It's not a small matter. Hanuman did every service for the Lord. Anything, whatever was necessary. He's running to carry out any necessity for the Lord or any desire of the Lord. And his mood was like that. And it's really astonishing to hear about it, actually. He was every kind of servitor, all in one. Anything, whatever it was necessary. Commentary. Here Narada summarizes Prahlad's description of Hanuman's glories. Hanuman serves Lord Ramachandra in various ways. As the Lord's friend, he enjoys the Lord's confidence and affection. Unless Hanuman had this special relationship with Lord Ram, the Lord would never have dispatched him to Lanka to deliver his message and his ring to Sita. Just like a battle flag, Hanuman stood by the Lord's side. He was so tall that everyone could see him, even from a great distance. Did you guys hear that?
No, can you repeat it?
Yes.
Sorry.
Keep the chit-chat to chit-chat. Meaning chit, meaning divine consciousness. So, and when Hanuman stood like a battle flag. So the flag is above, right? It's above our heads. He stood just like a battle flag by the Lord's side. He was so tall that everyone could see him, even from a great distance. Seeing Hanuman first from afar, one could know that Ramachandra was present. And when Hanuman served the Lord as the Lord's vehicle, his mighty tail waved behind like a flag. The same tail also served as a royal umbrella, a sunscreen canopy, and a fan. In the role of the Lord's bard, meaning like poet, or a singer of the glories, that means bard. Hanuman sang the Lord's glories for his pleasure. Sometimes Hanuman carried out medical services also, treating the Lord's battlefield wounds. Thus Hanuman was the most adept of all Lord Rama's monkey assistants. Jai. And I wanted to mention here that Srila Guru Maharaj, of course Guru Maharaj too, but Srila Gurudev, Jai Mahaprabhu, Jai Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Jai. You can worship Lord Hanuman for steadiness in celibacy. And Hanuman can give great strength to those who wish to remain celibate. And everyone, that is a very good thing. And even for householders, one can worship Hanuman in that way. So this is a great boon which Hanuman can bestow upon the devotees. Samarpitatma parama prasadahrit tadiya satkirti katayika jivana tad ashritananda vivardana sada mahatama shri garudadito adhika. Having surrendered yourself entirely to the Lord, having received His highest mercy, having dedicated your life to the topics of His transcendental glories, you always increase the bliss of the devotees sheltered by Him. You are the best of saints, greater even than others like Garuda. Srila Guru Maharaj tells a story about Hanuman and Garuda. I want to hear it again so I can repeat it really very well. But Hanuman was trying to come to Ayodhya. He wanted to come and visit Krishna in Dwarka, but the Rukmini Devi was there, or maybe perhaps it was Satyabhama. And he said, I want to get this really right, so I'm going to. But anyway, Hanuman arrived with Garuda under his arm. Anyway, I'll try to find that story again. Very wonderful. Hari Bol. Commentary. Hanuman employed all of his senses and abilities in Lord Ramachandra's service. Nothing was dear to him but that service. He had no attachment to his body or anything related to his body, but the pure glories of his Lord Ram he cherished more than even his own life. Had he been deprived of hearing and chanting those glories, while separated from his Lord, he would have died an instant death. Indeed, it is well known that wherever Ramakatha is recited, Hanuman comes to listen. He makes every endeavor to increase the bliss of Lord Ramachandra's devotees, both in ancient times and today. Among the Supreme Lord's personal attendants, Hanuman is the most glorious, even greater than Garuda. The exalted Vaishnava Jamunacharya Alabandharu says, "You, Hanuman, are the Lord's servant, friend, carrier, seat, flag, canopy, and fan. You embody the three Vedas. Even in the presence of Garuda, you are graced with the honor of massaging the Lord's feet." Aho bhavane vishuddha bhaktiman parangna seva sukato dimanyaya imam prabhum vachamudara sekaram jagata tad bhakta gana pramodinim. Indeed, your devotion for the Lord is absolutely pure, for you consider nothing more valuable than the pleasure of serving Him. You delighted all His devotees by speaking to that best of generous lords these words. So these are the words of Hanuman spoken to Ramachandra. Commentary. Sri Ramachandra is the most charitable Lord, ready to sacrifice everything for his devotees. The following verse spoken by Hanuman delights the Lord's devotees because it expresses the exclusive wish for the Lord's service and contempt for impersonal liberation. So this is the prayer offered by Hanuman himself. Bhavabandha chidetasyai sprihayami namuktaye bhavam prabodham dasa iti yatra vilupyate. Even though liberation destroys the bondage of material existence, I have no desire for liberation, in which I would forget that you are the master and I am your servant. This is actually a very famous verse. Even though liberation destroys the bondage of material existence, I have no desire for that liberation, in which I would forget that you are the master and I am your servant. Commentary. The source of this famous verse is unknown. In Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Srila Rupa Goswami cites it merely as Prasiddhang Sri Hanumad Vakyam, a well-known statement by Hanuman. So this has been preserved through and within the hearts of the Vaishnavas. Doesn't seem to be appearing in any particular written scripture that was written down. But it is there in the consciousness of the great souls. Shri Parikshit Uvacha Tato Hanuman Prabhupada Padma Kripa Vishesha Shravanendanena Pradipitado Virahagni Tapto Ruddan Suchato Mininaha Satvitaha. Shri Parikshit said, Hanuman was now burning in a fire of separation from his master. The Supreme Lord and the fuel of hearing about the special mercy of the Lord's lotus feet had brought that fire to a blaze. For a while he cried sorrowfully, and then, calmed by the sage, he spoke. Commentary. As dry firewood kindles quickly, so Hanuman's ecstatic pains of separation at once increased when he heard the Lord's special glories, especially the accounts of how the Lord had mercifully engaged him in his personal service. Narada was able to console him with soothing words, and after crying for some time, Hanuman regained his composure. But we will continue. I want to actually read a little bit more about but this is what we are about to hear from Hanumanji. And this, by the way, is on page 339, if anyone can't stand to wait to hear what Hanuman is going to say, expressing his own heart in separation from Ramachandra. And so this Shantaras, which was expressed in the words of Prahlad, that is also there in Dasi Ras. And Dasi Ras is also there, included in Sakya Ras. And Sakya Ras is included in Vatsalya Ras. And all the rasas are there in Madhura Ras. So the basis of Shantaras is there, and it must be there. So this is a development, and we are we are so much indebted in our eternal life to the Lord, through whom these things are revealed, through Srila Sanatana Goswami. Because otherwise this journey This journey described in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, it's not possible. It's not possible at all. We could never have heard these wonderful expressions coming from the hearts of these various devotees and see the progression from different stages of devotion, and with so much understanding being revealed, everything very carefully, so that we can understand the subject of sambandha, or the relationship of so much variety. There's infinite variety of service to the Lord. And Shantarasa is brilliant when we begin to see the environment for what it is in the conscious plane, what is the reality of the environment, and not the shadow, not the myopic vision of the exploiter. Then we will see that everything is existing for the Lord consciously. Everything is conscious. The environment is conscious, Guru Maharaj is saying. It is not inanimate, he said. It is animate and fully conscious. And not only conscious, but sympathetic to us. So we who are trying to practice Krishna consciousness, we have to change our angle of vision. And I can't even remember if I mentioned this yesterday, but I think I did. But because there've been different conversations, but the disciple is asking Guru Maharaj, what is my service? Can you all hear this?
Yeah.
Listen to this. This is very important instruction by Guru Maharaj. The disciple is asking Guru Maharaj, what is my service in the holy Dham? And he says, change your angle of vision. That is our sadhana everywhere, not only in the holy Dham, but everywhere. And that is what sadhana is. That is what Krishna consciousness practice is. To change our angle of vision. That it is all for him. It is not for me. Why would one atom of existence be for me? That poor atom. It has no connection with the Lord. It exists for my pleasure. I mean, that would be the booby prize of all time. It is all for him. Why would one atom exist for me? Which atom would that be? So we have to come to the conscious plane. It's not somewhere else. It's truth. It's reality. The conscious plane is reality. Unconscious is just Maya. It's not truth. We are seeing unconsciousness. That is called Maya. It is not the truth. Jai, Jai. Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita ki Jai. Srila Sanatana Goswami ki Jai.
Jai Srila Guru Maharaj. Jai.
Jai. Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai. The light, the brilliant light. The brilliant light of the universe. The sun is only like a metaphor. I mean, we know Vivishwan is there, and we are offering obeisance. But the real light is in consciousness. Haribol. And consciousness is everywhere. Haribol. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. Yadavaya Madhvaya Keshavaya Nama. Jai Saparika Shri Shri Guru Gaur Chandraju Ki Jai. Jai Shri Giriraj Govardhanju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Stata Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Astatar Sata Shri Shriman Srila Bhakti Rakak Shri Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Sannyasi Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Saparshad Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat Ki Jai. Tadi Shaka Mat Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mission Ki Jai. Kolkartal Ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Srimati Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Jai Akadashi Bhakti Ki Jai. Akadashi Titi Ki Jai. Here in Salt Lake City, Samaveda Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Bol Jai, Dandavat,
Dasi Ki
Jai,
Jai.
Gurudev Ki Jai, Hari Bol, Dandavat.
Bhagwan Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat, confundi Dandavat. Bhagwan Krishna is mostly the one who says Srimati, Sri Lekha, Devi, Dasi.
Jai Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Bhima Krishna Prabhu
I
Ki
mean
Jai.
Kyo,
Huh? Oh, cool.
called Kyo.
Good.
Says even if I can't attend bhajans later, it's nice to be here now. Hare
Oh, good. Okay. Well, later we'll be around noon, if you can come. There will be broadcasting the Sunday program. So, Hari Bol.
Krishna.